We are live. Hi, everybody. Welcome to my channel. I am your host, Diamond Princess. Hopefully, you guys are doing real well. And here with me today, I have third Mundo. Say hi.
How you doing, everybody? Peace, to everybody
So,
in the chat.
so we're going to talk about the DR and Black women traveling because I know with black women, we do not travel that often as much as black men do. So We're gonna wait a couple minutes and we'll go get started.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started with the live. So I see that there are four people watching now. So if you guys will please get the likes up for this channel. Excuse me, she went to auction. Yeah, she'll be back. Yeah, so today we are going to talking about traveling to the Dominican Republic because I would like to get to know more about the Dominican Republic. I only know about, because I've been hearing a lot about the Dominican Republic and third world. Can you put yourself on mute? Kind of,
Yeah,
echoing
yeah,
in
let
the
me make that. Yeah, I just
yeah.
moved.
So I've been hearing a lot about the Dominican Republic and how nice it looks from other people that went there. And not only that, I also been hearing like negative side that the people don't recognize their blackness, but that's another story for another time. So Mayor Sosua, oh my God, why did he come up in my head? Sorry, it's a third Mundo. So tell me, what is the black woman expect when they get to the DR?
A good time. Simple as that. A good time. They're gonna enjoy themselves. They're not gonna have any issues. They're gonna have a good time.
So when going to the DR, because I know a lot of black males are down there. We'll get to them in a second. So what are the good? So what? So when getting to the DR, which city do you recommend a black woman going first?
Again, like I think I told you prior, it depends on what they want to do. If you just want the vacation, the fun experience, then definitely a resort. The East Coast, Puerto Plata, maybe. Bávaro area. I'm sorry, Puerto Plata is in the north, but you could also do the east, Bávaro. You could do La Romana. You do the resorts. You do any coast. Now, if you just want the city experience, if it's city is Santiago or Santo Domingo, which are the two that are cities, then everything else are towns. You got quiet towns, which have a little bit of everything, which have parties, have clubs, have everything as well. But the two live cities are Santiago or Santo Domingo. You can't go wrong with either one. So again, it depends the experience the person is looking for.
Okay, because I've been hearing like black women, want to travel now just to get out. Because I know most black women they go to Jamaica because it's a black, country. But I want black women to go beyond Jamaica and anything black. So in the Dominican Republic, I heard like the beaches are beautiful, and the water is clear. I heard the water quality is much better than where I'm living at in the beaches because when I go to Santa Monica, I see that the oceans are dirty. You have like a lot of like ships on the seas. I'm not saying that there's not nothing wrong with that, but the water just looks ucky. You can't, and it smells horrible. But tell me, what is the ocean there like?
Well, let's shout out to Jamaica first of all. The same as all the Caribbeans. It's very clean. As you know, we're islands that depend on tourism. Normally all small islands try to take care of their beaches because that brings economy to the country, whether it's just to live off it or fishing and the locals and themselves enjoying it, or to people coming in and enjoying it. So it's always being protected. That's why the beaches are normally and the waters are so clean.
Do they keep it like? Do they keep their bleachers clean from? Um, Hold on a second. Hi, Brila. Brila, since you're listening, do you want me to make you a moderator just in case people flood up in here and want to troll? Do you want to be a moderator? Just say yes or no. It's up to you. But when I see my beaches, it is so dirty, and a lot of homeless people are living at the beaches and they have their tents up. It's just so disgusting. Do you
There's no
guys have
tourism there, right?
tourism?
Yeah, do people go there like to visit or any sightseeing near that beach?
I would say, yeah. I don't really talk to tourists. It's not like we don't. We don't. Okay, Brila, you're a moderator, but it's just that a lot of homeless people. It's just so sad. It to see them on the beach just living homeless, and our beaches have trash tumbling all over the beaches. It's like I'm not saying it's trashy, trashy. You just see it, you
Not up
know,
to par.
not up to par. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, I
just
mean,
it
as
just
the community got to go out and protest again. That since they probably don't depend off that for tourism, they feel like it's not hurting their economy. The people aren't saying nothing. It won't get any attention. Almost everything in the world revolves around money. So if that's not bringing any money in, or nobody's got interest in bringing money in with that, nobody be taking care of it. So that's something people would get together, do pickets, talk to the local mayors or whatever, and try to get a movement. To get a little bit cleaned up, even though it's hard, but that's just the people speaking up and trying to help.
so. I know in California we have like a homeless problem here. Like you will see not only at the beach, you will see them living under the freeways. You will see them living, you know, like open in public, and you will see like tour buses. They put up tents. It's like it looks very tacky in some areas. It depends on where you go. But do you guys have that problem in Dominican Republic?
Not that big. There are homeless. You do see enough, but it's not that big as you will see them concentrated in the U.S. It's a bigger population. So, wish all the homeless people in the U.S. the best. But, a lot of people leave or are not from there. They come from all over the world, to try to make it over there. Other people that are there, a lot of certain situations to come across. Also the drug epidemic. A lot of people in them streets, so it's more congested. And normally, since they get bothered a lot, wherever they see it's a few and they together, they feel like they won't get bothered or just congest. Let's say anybody that's homeless don't know where to go, and they see it's 1,000 homeless people in one B, they'll go and be 1,001. Here it's not that bad. I don't know if it's because of the population or because normally, like everybody has a family member or something. Normally, when you do see one is either they have mental problems, or they had harsh drug problems. But besides that, normally even poverty, people just be 8, 9 people in a house being hungry together. It's not like the states where the people might not have family there or close by, or they might be on their own. So you don't see that as much, no.
That is really good because It's like my vision is kind of like I do not like want people to be on the streets. I like everybody to have a roof over my head because you know how some countries you cannot be you cannot have you cannot be homeless in other countries. It's illegal, and you got to have a roof over there. Because I heard, like in England, for example, when you go out on your own and you're looking for a house, they will find you a house and ask you if it was your liking. And this was coming from my own godmother. Is it like that in the DR or is it different?
Yeah, here's the same way when you don't have a house or nowhere to go. Normally, first you start off at a shack, you go to the refuge where there it is very impoverished. They got the sink, rooftops. The very poor conditions. They may be, near rivers and things like that. And the government they'll start building projects. Like building housing and things to locate them there. Sometimes it's more demand and houses at the moment or whatever. So sometimes they do 2 or 3 years in that refuge, but normally they always end up getting a house. They get a free house. Some people even take advantage. They'll do 2 years and get a house, sell it, then go back to the refuge again, do 3, 4, 5 years, whatever they got to do, get another one. So you got people that dedicate themselves to that, but they definitely try to provide housing for everybody.
That is wonderful. I wish they did that here in the States. Hi, Simply Janie. Welcome to my channel. Hope you
Hello,
like it.
everybody
Hi,
in the
Jen
chat.
J. Hey. You remember Simply Jenny, do you?
Who me? Yes, I say simply Jamie.
Yeah. Sorry, that's my niece in the background.
Yeah, I got kids. I understand.
She's a happy kid, you
Yeah,
know. But in the United States, we see a lot of depression going on here. People are oppressed, they're overworked, they're like, and they start drinking, and you know how men, especially with the men here, they're feeling over pressure because they have to prove their manhood over here. And when they get home, they get frustrated, they get overworked, and when they go home, they want to, like, yell at their wives because they're frustrated with their jobs and with their bosses and with society in the whole. Is that the same way there?
I would say yes. I would say over there's probably more pressure because they're locked in all the time or just working. And people think just because they're in the states they got an easy life. It's a lot of competition because even though there are opportunities, there are a lot of people. So the same things happen here. A lot of people that say they don't have jobs or that their job they got is not enough, so they got that pressure. Then at home, you never know. They get home, they think the wife is not appreciating, how hard they going, so they might yell. That depression and that pressure as well from responsibility is something big all over. But in the States, I know definitely where with so many issues and things going on, it's a little extra harder over there.
Oh, I see. But it's not as bad as if people were to, you know, it's not as bad as the United States, I'm trying to say.
Yeah, again, I would say no. Over there is more, I would say it's more pressure over there, or it goes on more over there.
Oh, okay. um, Here is another country, another topic, and I know you're gonna, you're probably gonna be like, "Oh, okay." So, what's the difference between a black man traveling and a black woman? Because I know you guys probably see black women over there, but it's probably not enough. But you mostly see black men in the DR.
I mean, like the difference is, one side the females are gonna be happy and it's eye candy for them, and the other side the males are gonna be happy and it's eye candy for them. But besides that, both are gonna be treated equally. Both are gonna get love. Both are gonna get respect, hospitality. Now, if either one are acting a certain way, they're also, they're gonna get attitude back. If you come with a smile, you're gonna get a smile, whether it's from a guy or a girl. Now, if the female comes thinking they better than the other person, the girl's gonna get jealous or might say something who she thinks she is, or the male may be like, oh, she's stuck up. But besides that, on both ends, whether it's the man or female, if they come with a smile, they get a smile and a happy time as well.
Okay, cool. Hold on a second. Brila, type yes again because I add you as a moderator. So please type in yes. Um, because I know the ranch is not going to pop up right away. So if you have the time, just click yes.
She
Okay, so
typed.
I see that she's not being added on right away. It's happening to me too. Do
Yeah,
you
that
remember?
happened to me as well.
You remember you add me as your moderator and it didn't go on right away.
Yeah, then it went on. It be disappearing. It's acting up. YouTube is.
Yeah, I'm like, what is going on with YouTube? I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but I added you again, Brila. So if you could type yes again, I know I'm taking you from your study time. I don't want to bother you, but just type yes again if you are if the ranch came up again. But
She just
I
wants
was
to see if you got the
looking.
blue bracelet next to your name, Bree.
Yeah. Oh, so shit, it's
Yeah,
still
it's not
not
showing
coming.
up. No.
Let me try this one more time because I know this is frustrating for me because I need my moderators that do have ranches. They're not here. Hold on a second. Let me go to because I'm on my phone doing this. I'm not. I don't. Hold on a
But
second.
nobody's gonna troll you. Take your time.
Mayor said, "Well, I don't know. I'm just looking out for Mayor. I don't
No,
want his
no, I
ass."
guarantee you he's not gonna come here and be disrespectful. I guarantee you that.
Oh, okay.
We'll be
Let me
fine.
see. Because I did have other trolls before. Let me see.
And if he does show up, I guarantee you he'll say something positive on there. And even though you think he's trolling, he won't say nothing negative.
Oh, okay. Mm. So the economy. Have you guys been getting a lot of tourism lately? Like how many years have you guys been getting a lot of tourism?
For a long time, we can't complain on the tourism. A lot of tourism has been booming. Like that kid that when Robert said business been booming. Even now, we can't complain. During while the whole world is shut down, we probably one of the only countries that have been receiving, travelers from the U.S. We appreciate everybody coming out during the situation and everything and spending their money in the country. But yeah, we can't complain. The tourism has been good amongst the situation and pandemic we're going through right now.
So I gotta ask this question. So is you guys economy growing? Because I know you guys are like a third world country.
Yeah, number wise and everything is always growing. It's been growing.
Oh, okay. Bree Love, try it again. But yes for me again. I know. Like it's so frustrating doing this. You're like, I never had a problem. I never had a problem. If it doesn't come up, I'll be my
You
own
just,
moderator.
you just hit it 2 or 3 times and it'll probably go on.
Yeah, I'll probably. But anyways, so the Dominican Republic is a very, very, very beautiful place. I just looked up on the internet and the beaches are beautiful. It's so different from California beaches. Because our sand is like it's really brown, but you guys sand is like white. It's like white and the palm trees and all that stuff. My God, like the water is like crystal clear. Like you could see what's underneath the surface
Yeah,
of that.
the water definitely, it's even 2 different oceans. We got, we in the Atlantic over there. You guys are in the Pacific.
Mhm.
And the palm trees, y'all definitely got beautiful palm trees in California. But, You know, here, yeah, it's the Caribbean, so you know the sand and everything. You know, it's why you got other
Hmm.
places that even though it's rocks, it's crystal clear. A lot of rivers. You got a lot of natural rivers that are real beautiful. You know, you got rivers that are warm and cold right next to each other. You got a place all the way west where the two rivers actually meet, where you stand on one side, you're in Haiti, one side, you're in the Dominican Republic, and one side is warm and one side is cold, and when they meet, they go together. You got another place where you got one that's red water on one side, clear water on the other. Like you got a lot of amazing things. You got a place where it looks like a hill, and let's say you put a metal can, it'll roll up the hill. A car, it'll pull it up the hill while it's on neutral. So you got a lot of beautiful things, a lot of things in the DR that a lot of history here as well.
Are
It's
you
nice to
guys?
check.
Are you in? Are you? Is the Dominican Republic and Haiti getting along? Are you guys still clashing?
No, it's peace and love. It's no clash. You always got certain things, in politics in place and certain people that say things, but overall, it's peace.
Have the Dominican Republic ever helped Haiti's economy? Because I heard that it is really poor down there, and the people, you know, they really don't have like the necessary needs to have like a really healthy economy. So, is there any like trade between you guys?
Yeah, it's definitely trade in the border. Right now, I'm not sure with the COVID if it's shut down. Also, there's help. They donate money as well. I think Leonel Fernandez, I think it was a university he made or a hospital. He built something over there. A few people from here even bashed him for doing that. Like you ain't even doing here first, and you're doing it over there. They definitely do, but we can only do but so much because we still are, a poor country which got a lot of debt ourselves. But they definitely help out because like we have to, like with the earthquake, it's like there's no way that something can happen or something is extreme and we right next door, we seen it and we can't help. We definitely do.
Okay, so I know like a lot of Haitians are probably going over there and they're because I've been hearing a lot of Haitians going over there and they've been facing like racism and and other brutality over there. Is that true?
It happens. It happens, but not as much as it seems. Not like the race right in the states that the racism happens. You always got the people, two or three people that think that they're just fully, you know, one color and they don't want nothing to do with those people. Or you got some people that think they got a classism, like a certain amount of money where they're better than a certain type of people. But overall, I mean, the Haitians, they say like it's a problem now. I mean, Haitians been the whole time as both races been on the whole island back and forth. They're mixed in with Dominicans. You may be talking with a Haitian your whole life thinking and he's Dominican at the end of the day he's Haitian. Or so they
Yeah.
always been intermixed and it's not really an issue. They live amongst each other like it's nothing until let's say two are arguing, and since they are different, you don't got nothing to say. The ignorance come out, and you'll call them out by a certain name. They'll call you back out by a certain name, or whenever it's just one amongst a lot, that he'll get discriminated more. But overall, it's peace and love. There's no issues.
Oh, okay. Looks like my sister's back. That's Man, she didn't even tell me she was back. Uh, that's great because I would like to see the country, as a whole again. Because I know the French had like Haiti, and the Spanish had the Dominican Republic, and and the Dominican Republic is more mixed than Haiti is. But that's besides the point. It's all about having that that kind of relationship that you guys can have that kind of trust.
Yeah, but that's
You got
definitely
you
it.
got to excuse me. My other niece is acting up, but go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that's exactly it. Is that side is more dominant on one side. They don't really have that Spanish influence much because since they probably they felt all the way what they was done to them was so wrong that they made sure like they try not to mix. So on our side, we got, the Spanish side dominated more. So unfortunately, it's in the race. So we're not as harsh on that side since it is part of us as well. So some act as some of the, uncivilized ones act, and others don't. But we are more mixed on this side. That's what makes it different. That's where the conflict come, and it seems like if it can really all come together, or it can be one, because that does makes us different. Even though we're the same, it makes us different.
Yeah. Go ahead and keep talking. I gotta deal with my nieces. I'm so sorry.
Okay, if you're anybody in the chat, if you guys have a question, I feel free to answer. Appreciate everybody for hitting that like button, for Diamond Princess, and for supporting.
I am so sorry about that. I'm dealing with two nieces. I am juggling.
I totally understand. I got kids, and I know how it is.
Yeah, but I got it under control.
That's a good question right there, Janie, because the numbers, as they say in the test, they could be deceitful. Because a friend of mine's from a small town, from where I'm at, like a smaller town, within my town, he was working in the city hall, and they just tested. I think he told me 60 something people, and 24 people came back positive, so he doesn't have to go back to work. So more or less, that could give you a round figure if that was at the city hall of a whole bunch of people that just got into office. So you could say those are 60 regular people from the town, and 24 got it. So if he gave me that info, and that's somebody that like I really know, it's like a family member, he not gonna BS me. It was on a private WhatsApp chat he hit me, so that I could just tell you. I think they got to be high. I
Yeah,
think they
because
got it.
we're still dealing with COVID over here. I don't know what it's like over there and where your country is, but we're still shut down over here. Just a few places like grocery stores. Um, what else? The barber shops and the beauty shops just opened, and the restaurants, certain restaurants, but you have to eat outside. So over here, we still on lockdown. There's the movie theaters are open, but that's the only entertainment that we have. Our theme parks are not open and all that stuff, and people are still out of work, and we're struggling over here. So, um, are you guys affected by COVID like that? Or are you guys just like, oh, hey, we're just on lockdown, so we won't, so we won't get it?
Oh no, no, no! Everybody's affected heavily here. For example, a lot of people business been affected. A lot of people been out of work for a long time. A lot of people been being in debt. And a lot of people got tired at first, the way the media portrayed it, or the way they had it. Like everybody was really locked in. Everybody was really scared. Everybody was, how the crazy memes that you see, people were doing that. Plastic bags all over their body after they had the mask, the glasses. Everybody with gloves, with kitchen plastic gloves, whatever they can find, using everything. After a while, being so much on lockdown and seeing that nobody was seeing nobody really, like people dying. No, no, no discredit or anything. A lot of people dying, but just you not seeing it impactfully like around you, like in real life, because that it doesn't happen around you doesn't mean it's not happening. After people saw that, they just started saying like not caring, and started going out. You'll see places where in hoods where you'll see 300 people packed from in one small block just partying, listening to music. So some people don't care. Some people stay locked in, but it has impacted in a lot of ways. The thing with it, it seems to me that just like they say what it is, like it's a code. I mean, sorry, a code. Even though it mutates or it depends on your health or the conditions you have on how it affects you. So a lot of people might have had it or catch it, it won't feel anything, or a good majority. Some people, if they have anything else, it'll affect them. Some people get sick, thinking it's something, or flu or anything like that, and it was it. But it's affected the whole world in a large way. The main thing with us that it hurt us so much is that, we get shut down. A certain hour, we can't go out. It's not like the States where even though business and everything is shut down, people can still go out and go where they want.
Yeah, same here too. But the only time we have to wear a mask only if we're going into an establishment. If we want to go and eat out in a restaurant, we have to make reservations. So if let's say for instance, like if I want to go get my hair done, because I just got my hair done like a couple days ago. So if I wanted to go get my hair done and I want a certain style done, I would have to make an appointment first. I just can't walk in. There's no such things as walk-ins anymore. You have to have an appointment and you have to do it online. Because if a hair salon was to make an appointment, well, not an appointment, was not to make an appointment, and the FDC or the CDC, um, whoever patrols these businesses, see that there's groups of people in the salon waiting, they can get in trouble and their business will shut down permanently. They're not playing out here. It's like they have to follow the rules. Everybody got to be masked, and there's only minimum people that can only be in an establishment.
Definitely, the law is enforced more in the States. So that's what it is. Like we have all that set up here. We don't have to make the appointments, but we're supposed to follow certain guidelines. But it's just laws are enforced as much, or certain people wouldn't get applied to because either because they're in a position or they know somebody in a position. So here's a little bit more freedom on that. JD, yes, they are giving financial aid. The previous government that lost, they were giving financial aid. This government continue with it. They have different plans. They give around 5,000 pesos to 7,500 pesos per month. To different ones. Some to people that had a loan. If you had a loan at any given time, like a business loan or anything, or like in a bank, anything like that, they'll give you that. Another one is like for people that like don't have a high income or aren't working or anything like that. They have like three different ones depending, like certain statuses of people. I don't know if like for students or something. I'm not too sure on them, but they did give around three, and other things that the government tries to implement and help.
We also get money down here too. It's called a stimulus check. We call it stimulus check, but it is only goes out for the people that pays taxes. So if you pay taxes, you'll get that money. But here's the thing, and this is pretty sad. Whoever is working and has a good job, it doesn't matter what job you got, anyways. Some people has to pay child support. So if you are qualified to get that stimulus check, unfortunately, that stimulus check is going to go towards child support. And unfortunately, my dad's stimulus check went to child support because he's back paid. So there is ups and downs about the stimulus check. We were supposed to get a second one, but unfortunately, for whatever reason, it got delayed. So hopefully that they will, give people stimulus check so that people can be able to pay their rent, because I I believe that there's a lot of people not paying their rent, and unfortunately, if people are not paying their rent in the last 7 months and it adds up, the landlord cannot evict them, but they can sue them for that money. So that's why, as far as I go, I pay my rent every month. No, like no matter what, like any kind of money that's in my hand, I'll pay the rent first, then bills and whatever comes next.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. You know, rent is priority because that's the roof over your head. And even though people may seem like, they say at the moment you don't gotta pay or is a relief, all of that is just a hold off. So, if you slack and forget about it, you'll end up with this debt that'll come later on down the line. And just like you said, over there they implement laws. So over there they looking at numbers in black and white. They're not looking at the family. They're not looking at the faces. You know. So over there, it's much harder over there. So rent definitely is something. That's one good thing about here. That even though here a lot of
Exactly.
people pay rent, people strive. That's the main thing people strive to do is try to build a house, even if it's small, because it's a good relief when you ain't got to pay that rent. That's a big burden to have.
Mm, you guys are lucky.
Yeah,
Over
now,
here, they're more like, over here is like, it's not people friendly that much.
yeah,
They want to control you here. They want to control your house, your finances, and all that stuff that you do. I'm not saying that that you can't build a house. You can build a house, but even if you build a house here, they still control it because they own the land,
yeah,
so they can charge you whatever we you what you do on that land. So over there, you guys got it made.
yeah. We got the freedom to do as we wish on our own.
Yeah, and not only that, I have my friend because her niece has her boyfriend, and they're not paying rent at all. But they're lucky that they're with family because if it was anybody else, they wouldn't have been thrown out of the apartment or gotten sued. And I told my friend, you know, they're lucky that it's you, or else they would not be in that same apartment or house. And I told my friend, you have a right to sue them for a back rent. So the Dominican Republic is very nice. I see why black men go over there because to them it's like a paradise.
Hmm.
But they're using it. But here's the thing: they're not going over there just because they want they want to start their lives all over again, or they want to start fresh. They're doing it is because they're avoiding their responsibilities back here in the United States, such as child support. Um, you probably had a warrant for out there for arrest. I don't know. It could be anything, but That's the main because this basically they talk about the women. The women is they're unmarriageable. They're not marriage material, and they don't explain why. So, what is your thoughts on that?
No, again, because that's not all. That are just the ones that want to make content with that and want to sell a picture to give views. They know that the bodies and the females give ratings, so they come with that. As far as I doubt that everybody will have like warrants or everything because it'll get caught once it go in the system. Now, may they be running from a past and everything? Yes, you have a lot, but overall, I think that people are just looking to stretch their dollar. Now, since a few started making videos showing how it was paradise, people started getting a little bit of money, a few checks. They started to come out here. They said, "Well, if somebody did it, made money by living in paradise. I'm gonna try to do the same thing." And then they feed a false narrative, on things that does happen. It's not that it doesn't happen, just like it happens everywhere, but they just try to preach that more. The people that are having a good time, they don't have time to be uploading it or showing it. They're just here living, enjoying themselves, or having a good time. The people that are showing it, they're living it, so they're able to show it. So that's why that's what you see.
So, what advice can you give to a black woman that does want to move out to Dominican Republic? She has money because when you move from the United States out to the Dominican Republic, the numbers change. So let's say she wants to start a business or whatever, or like let's say a hair salon, whatever. What is her first step into getting that business established?
Well, the first thing it would be is a very good moment. Why? Because the curly and the natural afro is in style. A lot of Dominican women are embracing, their heritage. I mean, they will embrace their heritage, but they're just not. They feel like that's the wave that it is now. So all the natural, that's in. So a salon or anything that caters to that would definitely make money. Not only that, you see how they use weaves and everything for straight hair. Right now they actually got wigs for the natural curly hair and for the kinky hair. So that's in style. That'll make money. The first thing is if they are living here, is as far as starting a business, it's simply finding a shop, whether it's small, whatever size you want it to be. You make it look real pretty. It's not expensive. With sheetrock here, they make a little place inside look like you're in the middle of Blue Mall. You make it look real nice. You put your chairs and everything, and then you just promote it. You put good prices. For a few girls to go. If you're trying to do something regular and local, in the hood, if you're trying to do something more prestigious, then you got to get your spot, your business, your storefront to be in a little better place or bigger or more high class. And then you just market it. Here they use Instagram just as much as in the States. They have, let's say in the country we got 11 million people, and I believe on Instagram I think we probably have like 6 or 8 million people with, I think like 6 million or so. That you could choose in certain areas up to 1 million, like Santiago. So, on there you can market the service you give. You put a few pictures up and just you'll gain customers little by little. If the speaker speak Spanish or learn a little bit of Spanish, even better. They'll love it.
Right, because I that's the number one goal that I guess black women should speak is Spanish when you go to other Latin American countries. Because I want to learn Spanish, you know, but it's not you're not going to learn it right, then and there. If some people can learn it right then and there, that's fantastic. But as for me, it takes you know a while to get the gestures of it and get the pronunciation down. Because I talk differently when I speak English. Because I heard other people, that's from that is like, that doesn't come from a Spanish family or don't come from a Spanish background. I hear them speak Spanish and they speak well too, and I hear other people speak Spanish and they're like not pronouncing the words right. It's just like all over the place. But I recommend black women to learn Spanish because my grandma's daughter, she is fluent in Spanish. It's like she picked it up when she was a girl just by listening. And I thought that was amazing. I don't have that gift, by the way. I have to learn it another
If you
way.
would have been around them when you were a kid like she was, you would have been able to. Because that's one thing. When you're small, kids pick up anything. So any language you put a kid around, they'll learn it. But even if you can't learn it fluently, like whoever learns it fluently, like her, don't even need my advice or nobody's advice. Just come here, she'll be able to move around and know how to make it. But as far as the ones that don't, as long as you try to learn it to get it fluently, and even if you don't, as long as you could, like we say here, machucarlo, as long as you could, say a few words and get your point across, you'll be fine. Because again, just by you being from where you are, what you are, you're gonna get a little preference, a little extra customer service wherever you go. So as long as you can say the few words to say what you want. Let's say you go to the mall and you're looking for a shampoo. You might not know how to say, listen, I'm looking for this certain type of shampoo, but let's say you're looking for a shampoo for curly hair. If you say shampoo, curly, and hold your hairs, they already know that's what you're looking for because you actually say shampoo in Spanish just like that. So just with two or three key words that you say what you want and with your gestures, you'll be able to get along. And then again, if you're gonna be here, you'll end up making some friends. You actually got locals, a lot of locals that speak Spanish. You know, you can find them networking online by tagging the cities you're in or things like that, or in certain places where restaurants or places that meet up that a lot of people speak it. You know, if you're an outspoken person, you'll go out and make friends. Um, no, again, it just depends what the person is looking for. And on Google, you search, and it's a lot. It actually leads you. If you take your time and filter out and look, it's a lot. And again, once you're here, depending on where you're living, also, you'll start making friends as well.
Exactly. I have to agree with simply Jenny here. She just said that I think that it's easier being amused in the culture. It's a great way to learn. Maybe just learning the basics before. Yeah, you have to learn the basics
Correct.
before you even, go on to other words because I already know the basics, so that's good. I just don't know how to say it fluently. It's kind of fluid, like, let me say, a more, or, I was trying to think of a
That
Spanish
one was good.
word.
You said it correctly. Even if you feel like you said it with an accent, I understood
Yeah.
what you said because you said
I
a
don't
more.
really have that accent, talking.
It's for example, you see Brazil and Brazilian the Portuguese, but I don't think it's Portuguese because I heard one Portuguese and I really didn't understand it. But whatever the Brazilians speak, like when I hear like in the movies that they speaking in real Brazilian, like City of God and things like that, I don't speak a lick of what they speak. I only speak Spanish and I understand what they're saying. Like when they're in a room and they're having a conversation, if I was sitting in the room, I would be able to understand everything. And if I miss one or two, three key points, because a lot of it sounds Spanish, so just some of the words being similar, and by you hearing two or three here or the gestures they make, you'll catch on. So that's what I mean. If you just know the basics, you'll be able to tag along and communicate.
Yeah, because I only know the basics, like I love you. I forgot how to say it in Spanish. Man,
Yo,
like
yo te amo.
we say it's differently in California because we have a lot of Mexicans here.
Yeah.
Yeah, they speak Spanish differently.
Yeah, they put an accent on it too. Shout out to them. I like the Mexican culture too for some reason. I like all cultures.
Yeah, so because they were here in California before anybody else, so shout out to them.
Yeah, definitely.
Because just like anybody, I love Latin men. They're my preference. I just grew up, around blacks and browns my whole life, and I fell in love with the Latin culture. I'm getting to learn no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
I'm rarely learning the history of California now that I never knew. They don't teach us this in school about the missions, about the cruelty that happened to the natives right here in California. Because I'm a native. I'm black, but I'm a native.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, so it's just a lot of stuff that I don't really know. It and I think a lot of if I'm correct, the natives here speak Spanish.
Okay, I'm not too familiar with them over there, but definitely, just like you say, there's a lot of things that they don't say. Maybe they think it's too harsh or they're trying to hide something, but definitely shout out to them.
Exactly. But yeah, California is a very beautiful state. It's just that in some areas you just have like a homeless problem, and some of the communities, especially in the brown and black communities, it just looks terrible. But other than that, it's a very beautiful state. It depends on where you go.
Yeah.
Like Yosemite is very beautiful. I would not go there
Mhm.
myself because I've been hearing a lot of people be disappearing. But and there's a lot of rainforest over here. So I'm not here to talk about California. We're here about to talk about DR. I'm just going like
No, I don't
what
mind. I only
the
seen California on TV or anything. I've never been to California actually.
Yeah,
So
but
you got to hear it from somebody that's from over there that's just not a TV person or somebody that's just trying to speak a color they bang.
because I grew up a lot like around the black community when I was growing up, and I did not go into like the Spanish community until I was like going into middle school. So the demographic changed, and I've been in the Latin community ever since. But I
Okay.
never, I only know a little bit of Spanish. I don't know a lot because I never thought of like learning it, but it will be very very good. And
What
some
part of
like,
California is that you from, Princess? Shout out Outside Setback. My boy's from California.
oh, he's from California.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, I'm from. Uh, I really don't give out my
Oh,
location, but I would say I'm around the Los Angeles area.
all right. See, that's good. That's good reason.
Yeah,
LA, LA.
yeah,
Shout out to LA.
yeah. But from like a Spanish, because I know, were you born in DR?
Yeah, I was born here.
Okay, so what is the family structure like? Because I know here in America, the family structure is not what it used to be when, like 50 or 60 years ago.
Yeah, what's messed it up here is just, so much youth having kids. So, it's always hard. So people go their separate ways. But more than still is how it should be, how before, you know, mother and father raising the kids, whether, they busting they behind, but they trying to be responsible and make it. Everybody, even the young ones, is trying to do it, working hard, being there for their kids. They there, they trying
Because
to be there, present.
Because I know that most men, it doesn't matter where they're from Mexico or South America or Dominican Republic, they're more for family oriented. You will rarely see a boy without a father versus the black community where it is rare to see a father. I'm not saying that every black man is not in their child's life, but they don't have that fatherly, they have that fatherly absence. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, and the U.S. is in the U.S. The system been put in play in a certain way to really affect that. Even though we might say it's like it's a cry or an excuse, that really is a fact. So I know all men, no matter what race, we want to be there for our kids. It depends on the situation. Now over here, again, the colorism of certain things don't affect us in the system where we're being jailed in a way where we're not being put away from our household. So we're at home, so we're able to keep the structure there. Over there, normally when you see that, it's always somebody that's been incarcerated or been taking certain opportunities. Of course, you're not going to be able to be there for your kid if when you got pregnant at 18 or whatever, at 19, you got arrested, came home at 24, she found somebody else or whatever the reason is, it's going to be more absent fathers and things like that. So that's really a reason. Cause I don't think no man, no matter where they at, want to be absent in their kid's life. But here, definitely, I don't know if it's the way it's set up, the coach or whatever. It's a lot of absentee fathers again, but normally it's because of situation. Whether the female was having them in the streets, whether they had a certain situation and where they couldn't be together. But overall, in almost every household, there's a father or a man in the
Yeah,
house.
it's just that and we need to learn how to be a family all over again.
Okay.
Because I think in the black community we kind of forget that what a family looks like. Because I know 30 years ago or more, we had our family together. I'm not saying that it was perfect, you know. But
Another thing, real quick, Princess. You know what? I sorry to interrupt you because I got to put in, which I had in my thoughts before, and I ain't put it in because sometimes I just ramble off. I think about here that a lot of men also, even though we want to live that life, like we want the family too. So we'll get the family, and then they'll want to live a side life. You know, and still have the females that aren't about the family. Then they're out there. They'll try to go out and still enjoy themselves like if they're single, but still be in a household. So that's why normally you'll see that. In the States, normally if a guy's willing to do that, it's more easier to be like, heck, I'm gonna break up. I wanna be single. And they'll just be bouncing, from female to female. So here that's another thing. That's why men, even though he's running around, he'll still come to the household. And sometimes the female, since he's the breadwinner or they already got kids, sometimes like we doing it for the kids, they stick around. So that's another reason.
hmm, because our kids need, especially our boys need father figures.
Yeah,
It's very
definitely. That's why I
important.
try to act
Yeah.
right. I got I got four boys and a grandson, so that's five.
Oh, I would
Yeah,
never knew that you were grandpa.
yeah. I'm a grandfather. Young. My oldest son, he just had a son this year, the beginning of this year, so he just made me a grandfather.
Oh, okay, cool. Is he being a good dad?
Yeah, yeah, excellent dad.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I made
Yeah,
him.
because I'm trying. I'm like for me, I'm a single woman, but I'm careful who I procreate with or who I want to have babies with. So if I know that a man he treats me right and he respects me and he wants to build a family with me, I can trust him to love his kids and provide for him.
Of course, that's the choosing.
Yeah. So back to the DR. So hospitality. Are people very family friendly and welcoming?
Yeah, definitely. That's 100%. Whether you're a local, whether you're a traveler, just in general, they're welcoming. That's just how it is.
Awesome. That is very, very.
Even if they're faking it, since that's how we are, it's something you have to do. Let's say you come to my house at 12, even if I don't want to, if I see you sit down or you post it up, it's like I have to offer you food, even if it's because I'm scared that people are gonna talk about me because I ain't offer you food or whatever. You know,
And trust me,
if
I love to eat. I
you
love to.
know, shout
That's
out
why
to
I
you.
gained the
Everybody
weight,
does.
and I'm trying to get it off right now.
Yeah. Everybody does. So that's what I mean. So even if somebody do it because they feel pressured that they have to, that's just the culture here, to help out, to be that way. Even though if you do got certain people who are stuck up or think they too good to help the next person or whatever. But overall, that's how it is.
So on the rich side, because I know you guys got wealthy people, are they welcoming towards foreigners or?
Yeah, I would say yeah. I mean, because the real rich one, they normally, own the tourism, so they make money off it. They love it. And then the ones that are not, normally when you got money, you like the American culture. So when you got Americans that's coming out, they probably like to mingle with them or like to, be around them. So they happy about that. Some like let's say if it's the Europeans that come, some people like they like that beyond or they put business for them, so they're making money. So I think all sides enjoy people coming because even if some get rich, I mean they were raised Dominican, so they was raised to be that way anyway. Normally they have those values. Again, even if like you do it to fake it, like I said, people like with class, they do certain things that's the Dominican way just because they know if somehow it gets out that they're not acting that way, it could hurt their image. So normally everybody's welcoming. Again, even if it's a fake smile.
That's awesome because I'm very hospitable myself. I welcome people into my home as long as you're respectful. Because I don't mind feeding people. Because like I said, I like to eat. Eat, eat certain things, and and my godmom when my sister's boyfriend made pork chops, he offered some to my godmom because she's a guest in our house and her friend. So we have that kind of family, because I'm family oriented. So
That's
I,
how it really is too. You see Big Mama's house, how it is, big family dinners, everybody come, whoever come get a plate too. Everybody's there. Everybody has good people. That's exactly how they are. So again, really it's good everywhere you go. It's two or three bad people, but it's more good than
yeah.
bad.
And another thing, the food. Oh my goodness, because I tried Ethiopian food. Oh my God, I just love Ethiopian food. You cannot get me away from that.
I haven't got a chance to try a lot of foods, but I know I'm open to everything because I like food in general as well. I like all type of
Yeah.
food. But even from all cultures, every different thing that I've been able to try is something that's excellent from a certain culture that I like.
And I tried Nigerian food. I like Chinese food. I like Mexican food, even though I like the original Mexican, not the Taco Bell, the Del Tacos. That's not authentic Mexican food. I like to go to restaurants that actually serve Mexican food. I like to explore a lot of cultures like Filipino and Mediterranean, you know, stuff like that. So,
Yeah,
and I never tried Dominican food before. So, I'm going to look that up and I want to show everybody what the Dominican food looks like. But tell me, what kind of, is the food very spicy or does it?
no, it's not spicy. That's what separates, probably makes our different. Like for example, Jamaican food, I find like a lot of their dishes and what they use is similar to ours. In a sense, they got this. Their season is like that spice or that curry. Ours is not. Ours is more like they cook with adobo. Well, not really adobo, oregano, or they'll use this man, what they call this apio. It's like two or three green stuff. They'll mix it all together, make like a little sazon of it. It's like three or four green leaf type of things, and they mix it up, and that's normally the season. It's normally not spicy.
Oh, cool. Because I know
Yeah,
let me hear what it
yeah.
says.
Why
See
you
what
think?
Jenny
Let me
say.
entertain it.
It it is bad to turn down food at somebody's house in the Dominican Republic. Is that true?
Yeah. No, it's not really bad. It just depends on situations. For example, if you really just ate, if you're full, or if it's something you don't eat, it's not bad. Now, if, for example, it's because you're embarrassed or because you think you're too good for whatever reason, yeah. Because like if you want to eat or if you like this, like why you don't want to eat? Like one, you shouldn't be embarrassed because we embrace you. It's you're not doing nothing bad. Enjoy the food. Enjoy yourself. And then the other, if for example, it's on you think it might not be too good or it's dirty or whatever, anybody could get offended. But again, if you see something that's not apt to eat, you definitely shouldn't. Definitely should turn it down, say you full or whatever. Yeah, but they really won't get offended. They're gonna offer you 4 or 5 times. It's because they just want to make sure that if you might want, you don't go on an empty stomach because we're big on that too. Like here, when somebody passes away and they go to whatever they call it a res or it's a wake or whatever,
Uh-huh.
everybody is looking at the food or waiting on the food. So we love to eat as
Yeah, let me make the screen bigger. Does it look like this? I'll see you in the morning, okay?
well. Let me see. Yeah, it kind of done.
Yeah, because it looks good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to hold my drawer in my mouth. It just really looks good. Like, I'm not going to lie. Oh my gosh. Do you know the names of some of these dishes?
Yeah, I can't see them very well, but normally it seems like rice. But see, like, let me see. See, like the bottom is the mango. Those are the three so-called three golpes, which is the three salamis, the cheese, and the smashed plantain. Left to that, that's the fish, the famous Boca Chica or the snap or whatever they call it. Then up there you got the Moro de Guandules, which is the yellow rice with pigeon peas. It look like got some stew next to it. Yeah, those are all different dishes, even though they're in different presentations or whatever. But that's all
Uh-huh.
Dominican. Let me see. That's
But what about the
avocado.
cooked bananas? Because I love the cooked bananas. Like this picture right here, it has cooked bananas. Oh my God, I love fried bananas.
Those yellow ones over there.
You can't tell me nothing.
Yeah, but those are the sweet plantains. Those are the ones the
Yes.
plantains when it's starting to get a little bit yellow. Those is it. They fry them. All you got to do is slice them and fry them
Yeah.
in oil, and that's it.
Wow, I love it. It looks so good.
Definitely,
You don't
that's
have
one
to
of my
feel
favorite dishes.
bad.
That's potato. That's potato salad right next to it as well.
Really, that looks good. I love
Yeah,
potato salad
I love that too. That's one of my favorite things. That's real good.
because yeah, because our food, like black people, we get our food differently.
Here we call
So
it Russian salad.
we have. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with soul food.
Yeah, of
It kind
course.
of looks like this. Yeah,
Of
it kind of looks like
course.
this. Yeah, because we could either have baked chicken or fried chicken or
And look, if
beans
you look
and
at it, hold on. Look, I'm gonna send you a dish any given day, so you can see that's a Dominican dish right there. It's just probably
yeah, I know.
the spice that's different. That's white rice. That's beans. That's chicken. Then right there you got the potato salad too, but that look like it's boiled with carrots and thing. We do that same thing. It's just they might throw a little different seasoning in it, but it's the same food. We got the
Oh
same ancestors.
goodness. Yeah, I know we do. But even though our culture is different, the food, almost looks similar. I like look at these. These are seafood. Even though I'm allergic to shellfish, because I'm not lying. I have food allergies, and this is one of them right here.
Yeah, that look
I
nice.
have bad food allergies. Like I will blow up like a balloon. So shellfish, I cannot have shellfish. So
But
do
the
you know
traditional
what you
soul
call
food,
these
I
dish
love it.
right here?
That one, which one? That dish right there in front of us.
This one, right? Yes.
Nah, that look the bowl might look like a some look like a mofongo with the camarón, which is the smashed plantains, yeah, with the garlic, and then they put the shrimp in it, and then they just got shrimp on it with the little salad, lettuce and tomato. That's all. That's not basic. It ain't a real name, but that's mofongo.
It is
Shrimp.
basic.
Yeah, no, no, no.
But
It's a
it looks so
mofongo shrimp. No,
beautiful.
it's good. It's good. What I'm saying is that even is like if they give it a name, like a real name, but it's something nice. It's mofongo. That's how you get an Adrian Tropical. That's a famous restaurant for that. It's real nice. I'm not saying it's basic as far as like it's not nothing bad. I'm saying as far as the name, I don't know what name to call it. I'm showing you what it is. There's mofongo, which is the smashed plantains, and then it'll be a shrimp one because that they chose shrimp. You could do it with anything. You could do it with the pork. You could do it with the chicken or whatever. Yeah, that's the
Now with
sancocho.
pork, I
Yeah,
have to step back from pork because
yeah,
with
no, I
pork,
know. I'm not saying to do with pork. I'm
it
saying
kind of
they
gets.
do it here with a few different ones.
Oh,
The
okay. This
traditional
one
one is
looks
what
like
you
a
try to.
Japanese bowl.
Which one?
Yeah, this one looks like a Japanese bowl. This
Yeah,
one.
that's what I told you earlier. That looked it to me. I was like, it looked like some sesame chicken or something. It ain't look too Dominican to me, even though it could be. But the red chili peppers, we don't use that. Rice
Yeah.
with chicken, Washington Post. We don't really do the chili, but again, we do use that type of rice. We do use the guandule,
Hmm.
them pigeon peas as well. But I never really seen it mix with the pepper. Do some people do it? Yeah, because you got people that do different culinary things and got different tastes
Uh-huh.
and try everything. But wouldn't say that's too
Oh
traditional.
my god. I really want to learn how to cook Dominican food. I gotta look it up. I have
Yeah,
to look it up
it's easy
because
too. It's not.
you know how Oh, this look like a soul food dish right here. It's kind of like that.
Yeah, that's soul food. Mac and cheese, some coleslaw, with chicken wings.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Like this is easy for me to make. This is easy. I can whip up some coleslaw, cheese, because I like, what kind of mac and cheese I like? I like baked mac and cheese. I know how to do that.
There you
I
go.
really don't like the mac and cheese that much out of a box.
No, because
Go
the
ahead.
box is the regular mac and cheese, which is the baked mac. That's the soul food mac. That's the best mac with the real cheese, baked and everything.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Like now I have to look up Dominican recipes. And this looks like breakfast right here
Yeah, it's
with the
breakfast.
egg and it got
That's the famous when they say tres golpes, the three hits is that. But here they got four because I got everything. But that's the smashed plantains. All you do is boil the plantains. Once it's done, you smash them up with a little bit of butter or whatever, or a little bit of the same water and make it soft. Then you fry the salami or the white cheese that's over there or the egg. And then the onion, they just saute some onions, you slice them up, saute them in a little bit of oil and throw them on top. And that's all. No
wow.
seasoning, just a little bit of salt, and that's it's that simple.
Oh my god, let me get out of here. Oh my goodness. Man, I just love the food.
Go back real
It's
quick
so
to
it
that
looks
page. Let me see
so
something.
amazing. Oh, I exited out of there, but hold on a second.
Oh,
I
don't
can get
worry, don't
back.
worry.
Hold on a second.
I
Yeah,
think
cause
it was to see if I saw the cheese called Tropical that I was gonna tell you that's the best cheese to do it with that breakfast. It give it that special touch.
oh, okay. Let me go back and I'll go back to let me see the images and
If there was a
let
soul
me
food
go back.
restaurant here, I would definitely be a customer.
Because I haven't, as long as I lived in California, I never ran into a Dominican. I never ran into a Dominican restaurant.
Okay. Yeah, probably. It's not that many over there. It's more Mexican, so they're gonna cater with that.
Yeah, the food. The food for Mexicans is different. I want to try like Dominican food. So which one you want to do?
Scroll down a bit.
Okay.
Right there where there's a blue bag next to the rice and like the meat. No, no, go back. You was just right where you were. Before you moved it, go to right before you moved, and I'm gonna tell you exactly
Okay.
which
Right
one.
here.
No, no, no. You gotta go up or whatever you did. It
Okay.
went up or down.
You want me to go scroll up a little bit?
Yeah, yeah. Whatever you did before, undo that. If you scroll down, scroll up.
Uh, Scroll down. Scroll up.
No, scroll up. Yeah, where
Okay.
you first started. It
Scroll
was
up.
where up, up,
Okay.
up, up. Right there. Stop.
This
Okay,
is
stop. You see the bottom
all
right
right.
hand corner? That's it's next to the soul food with the wings. To the left of that one. The soul food that you
Excuse me.
saw to the left of it.
But the soul food is down here,
You moved it.
and
It's
it's this
right
one,
there,
right?
right there, right left to it. The one left to it.
This one.
That one.
Oh,
Yes.
one. This one
Yes. No, no, no. To the right. No. In the middle of that one in the
to the
soul
right.
food. Yeah, in the
Okay.
middle of that one. The second to the
Okay.
corner.
Right here.
Yes.
Right here. This one.
No, 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 no. You was in on it all the way to the right and before the
Right
soul
here.
food.
Before the soul food. Right here.
Yes, that one.
All right. Ugh. I was kind of lost.
Yeah. Let me see. Okay, no, I'm sorry. I thought that was the Dominican cheese. I was going to tell you that's the white cheese. It's called Tropical. I said if you ever see it in the supermarket, get it. But it's not that. That's I'm not
Oh,
sure what that
that's
is.
the
But it looks like that. It's a clear bag on the bottom, and you see the cheese,
hmm
and then on the top it got like something that look like that bluish, and it got some palm trees, and it say Tropical. Trop.
tropical.
I say tropical. It's the same thing. I said it in Spanish, but tropical.
Oh, okay.
It's spelled the same way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you
You
got
know, food is my weakness. I'm not gonna lie. It
everybody.
is like it warms the soul. I like good food, but not everybody can cook.
That's
So
true.
not everybody can cook. I try. You know, I try to get along with other people's cooking, and it's like I'm like, okay.
Sometimes they think.
But my brother, he uh, we went to uh a barber shop right up from the street from where we live. And there was this Dominican guy doing his hair, but he only knows Spanish, and he does hair good. He shaped his hair the way my brother wants it, and he was good. It was really good.
Yeah, they get it.
And I was like, damn. And but he only knew Spanish. He didn't know what we were saying.
Mhm. Yeah, but he can tell. He can tell you're happy by the way you smile and everything. They understand.
Yeah, he. I think he kind of knew that we were satisfied.
Yeah, that's the
Because
thing.
I was kind of worried that he didn't understand what we were saying.
Yeah, no, no. With the faces, you can tell. Soon as somebody gets up, you see if their face is down. You see if they worry. You see if they're looking and no one to say something. Just some people ignore it. Some people don't want to be, you know, human or helpful like that. Where they see you're unhappy, they want to fix it or just say F it, let them just go. But when you're happy, they can see you get up, you're smiling or whatever, or he look at you, you look at him, you nod your head yes, like it's looking right. They're like, all right, they satisfied. I'm glad because I wasn't gonna be able to explain, why I was wrong. So I'm glad they happy.
Yeah, because he's from the Dominican Republic, and
Mm,
I was like, wow.
I'm
But
glad you
their
made it like
shop, but their shops should be open because they have the hair shops have the green light to. My sister's listening to you. She's listening to us.
okay. That's why I heard it. Shout out to her. Say hi.
Oh, he said hi, sis. But they're Mundo. Who's that? He's right here. You want to say hi? Okay, hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. I'm listening to your live. That's why. Yeah, I know. That's
I'm
what I
glad.
was telling him.
I'm glad you tuned in. Hope you like it. Take care.
Yeah, 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 my sister is one of my moderators, but she's just looking on.
No, that's good. That's good. My mom watches mine sometimes. I be a little scared as soon as I see that. Say, "Oh, I better be on my best behavior." Yeah, it's always good to have family support.
It is. My sister, she supports me 100, and and I support her, by helping out with my nieces.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah. So, hey, like, do you have any advice for, like, let's say Black women are looking for love outside the United States and they find it, let's say, in the DR where they're traveling to? Like, what is your advice for them that find love outside their comfort zone?
Well, what I would say is to find like it might sound it's not gold digging or anything, but to find whoever you find here, find somebody that's making money. Even if it ain't up to your standards, but as long as like his up to the country standards. As far where he's being responsible, where you don't gotta pay for anything, but you still wanna be a gentleman and everything. So that you're gonna know that it's real. Because, just the way the females do it, a lot of males take advantage. A lot of things they gigolos or they this. So, you make sure that you got somebody at least that wants to try. That, for whatever reason you have to help, with that little help is going to be a push, then you're going to be able to turn that into something and help you, and you're definitely going to find one. Because, again, like, I'm a sound like favoritism, but you know what the black woman is. You know the power that y'all have. So anywhere y'all go, men are going to want y'all. So
Mhm.
only advice I really would say: don't get taken advantage. I mean, whatever females could afford it, or that's what they like. Again, I don't tell anybody how to run their life like that. As long as they're not doing anything immoral, again, like in other places, which are things that nobody should do.
Mhm.
But just that, don't get taken advantage of. Don't run from something to be put in another situation. Wherever you go, whether it's over there, whether it's over here, know your worth. The man got to know the woman's worth, and if he don't
Mhm.
deserve you. And it's rather being by yourself than with somebody that's not going to give you your worth. So that's the only advice I would really give.
Oh, that's the best advice you could ever give because as black women in America, we have it I want to say we have it as hard as the black men, but we have it, just as much as him.
Yeah, that's
You know,
true.
because we still have to deal with racism. We still have to put up with colorism. We still have to put up with, texturism in this country. You
And with
know,
the kids, right? And with the kids, no matter what happens, normally you're the one that's left with them. Like, you could be in a
yeah.
relationship, you get a family, even if you're not the one making the money or whatever. If there's a certain split up for whatever reason, majority of the times, even though some fathers be wanting to have the custody, normally it's always the mother that's stuck with it and has to do it. Even when we're in a household, a kid, I know it's hard. Like my kids, I would say like when I'm carrying them or I'm with them, it's good for the little love and the show. But once I got them more than 30 minutes, I be putting them down. Like, go with
Excuse me.
mom. Yeah, bless you. So, I be like, go with your mother. So the mother's 24 hours, and I know how hard that is, like a full-time job. So the women definitely have it hard. Having, be independent, having to work, having to show this, still take care of the household, still, be loving and caring or in a way a little bit submissive towards the male. So it wasn't like she being too feminist. So, I know it's hard for the women. So shout out to all the women in the world.
Yeah, because it's not easy because just like I don't know how you guys slavery was. I'm pretty sure it was different from ours, but our slavery, the women, yeah, we get raped and all that stuff, and that's just pretty normal. But when the man, dies or gets killed, the women, we had to be left alone with the kids and protect them from the master. So what happened is that in order for our kids not to get messed up or to get harmed, we as black women we have to discipline our own kids so they won't upset master or whatever they call them because we don't want to lose our kids. And that's kind of like that discipline is on us today because I guess as some black people we don't know how to discipline our kids properly due to slavery. But you know that's the shit that we had to go through, and it was traumatized. And we oh there you are, Milano. I'll send you the link. He wants to join us. But
Okay.
we had to deal with that in this country. And did your women have to go through the same thing as we did?
Well, I couldn't really speak from back in the days. I know they went through it, but as far as after, it was just a Dominican culture here, I would say no, because again, we're not as many. So after it was mixed or whatever settled here, and then we got the Spaniards out. Really the women weren't being raped like that or anything. But at first, again, I wasn't here. They don't really express that history, but I'm pretty sure yes that before the mixing, they were going through everything the same. Because again, remember it was the same slave trade that started. They brought the first ones here. They started enslaving them, raping them, mixing them. So they definitely went through it. But a little further, but before you guys went. So your guys is more recent in the U.S. And it was more impactful. It was bigger. And, more people went there. Here it was smaller. Here was just like a stepping stone. Okay, we got here, we set it up. There's the model. This is what we're gonna do. Everybody come. Then they hit the Americas, which is more bigger, and they conquered it, in that way. So it was more impactful, over there. It was maybe for a longer time. So but it
Uh,
definitely happened. But maybe
and
not at just in the scale.
I feel like we're not the last states to be removed from slavery, but we were close to the last because I thought that, you know, as we were the first, but we're not. The first one, I think that was the first to revolt. I think it to end slavery was England.
Haiti.
You sure it was Haiti? I was thinking Haiti.
On this side, I think on this side it was Haiti, like the first black free country.
I know they had like I forgot his name, John
I think it
something.
was Tucson or Du Soleil, one of the two, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. I don't want to get it wrong. Like I learn the history and I hear it. I don't memorize everybody's name. Some I do and everything. And if I hear it, I'll be like, okay, yeah, it was that one. But definitely, as far as Black Nation, I know they were the first ones to do it and the first ones to be free. And that's one of the reasons why they say they got the oppression. And to this day, how the powerful worlds don't really help them out like they supposed to or get them up out of there because what it represents.
Milano, it's okay. Next time, okay? We'll set up something. He can't join because he's working. But
Hmm.
but I know from what I heard is that the the reason Nate Turner because we had Haitians, come to, before slavery ended, they came to Louisiana. And this is how we got our voodoo and and hoodoo because we had some voodoo queens down in New Orleans. You know what I mean? So, and every politician will go to these queens or these hoodoo, voodoo witches to get something done. And that's been passed down to slaves as well. We learned that.
That happens everywhere. The Cubans, they call it Santeria. They have it here. They have that everywhere in the same way. The so-called high class or the so-called rich or the so-called whatever it is, or even people doing illegal stuff that just want that protection or whatever. A lot of people visit it as well. People that want to do it to get a male or a female sprung out or only liking them. That's everywhere because remember, we say Haitians went over there, but it's not Haitians. It was either Africans that were brought over here or any, colored people that were already here and got enslaved as well. And some of them, when they got freed from here, they took boats and stuff and went up to the U.S. So they went to Florida, Louisiana, the whole South. And then others got taken over there when they came with more people. So the Haitians are Haitians because the ones that stood on that side, they turned their Creole from the African language and they stood, that color and got like a homegrown language of their own and stood there. The ones that went to the States, some kept with the oppression, were influenced by different languages, different things from the European country, took on different accents or whatever. So it's really all the same people, just separated in different places, taking different skin tones, mixed different ways. But it's really all the same people. They was just, migrated or were taken in all parts of over here. That's why you see so much similarity, whether it's in the music, whether it's in certain things, whether it's in the foods, even in some words. It's just shaded in different ways to keep it away from the people that were trying to like hide that. You know, the people in power that didn't want that knowledge to be passed down, they couldn't talk it in front of them, so they would put a little code in it themselves, so it'll go getting distorted. Each time people will move on from place to place.
Yeah, because we got with Nat Turner. I don't know if you heard of him. You heard of
Of
Nat Turner?
course, of course, of course.
He got his inspiration from the guy that did the Haiti rebellion.
Hmm.
I forgot what it was called. Excuse me, but that's why Nat Turner. He did the same thing. He did. He started killing and burning down slave owners, their families, and and freeing the slaves. But what failed is that the owners were onto them, and it was because they know what happened in Haiti, so they were more aware of what was going on. It
Hmm.
would like slavery wouldn't have ended, if you know if the rebellion keep on, but how it goes. They got caught, they got hanged, you
And
know.
before Tucson, sorry to interrupt you. Before the guy that's mentioned in Haiti, there was a other colored man, which was actually the first one. There was one called Lemba, which was he came. He was an African slave, and he was one of the first one to revolt. And he escaped, went to the hills. He would free slaves. He started with like a crew of 15. Then he killed the when Columbus first came. He killed off their little crew when they went back. All the towers that they left, they killed them off and took the slaves. He the first one that started. And then the legend is they don't know if he died in the wars or if he migrated, to the U.S. But that was one of the first one that really, on this side of the hemisphere started fighting back. That showed that we could war. Now, when they separated here in the country, and they divided the size. That's when I believe it's Tucson. I don't want to say his name wrong or anything like that. You know, he did the movement for Haiti. But there's been a lot. There's been a lot of people that that did things during slavery that was bold enough to stand up. Just a lot of their names are buried in history. It wasn't as much social media or many books allowed to be published. You know, but shout out to all the ones that died doing things.
Man, because we could have ended slavery early in the 1830s.
Yeah, I'm
We were,
surprised, like, so many people and it went down so long. Cause, like, not for nothing, not to sound any type of way. I know any given day it could be a martial law. Like, I take but so much. Like, all is locked in the house because I normally don't go out at night. So I'm not mad that we locked in. But as far as, like, some slavery like it was back in the days, nah, yeah, they got to kill me. Even if they do everything they did, yeah, let's say they emasculate me, everything, torture me. Yeah, I might not be able to stop it. Hey, it's going to happen, but I'm definitely not. I don't think I'm built for that, for it to be taken advantage of like that or be slaved up like that and not fight back. That's why I respect all the ones that fought back and changed it. Even though still things happen and still not how it's supposed to be, but at least a lot of change come a long way.
what's like because I heard of slavery in Dominican Republic, and I could be wrong because people will say different stuff. But was it like with the mulattoes over there? Were they did they have more freedom?
And in a way a bit, but no, because that came afterwards. That came late after it was already, excuse me, like revolts and everything. At first, they were just killing them off. And just as harsh as it sounds. At first, they were just killing them all off, raping them, doing it the same way. After it was mixed, and the French and the Spanish side started warring. After they started getting divided, then the slaves started saying, "Listen, there's opportunity. Let's free up," and they fall back. But
Because I heard
it,
the Spanish like after the because Haiti when the Haiti gained its independence, the French left
yeah,
and they took everything with them, and Haiti went down from there because they didn't get any help from the French or anywhere.
Nobody helped them. Then they put like an embargo on them. They had to pay the French back reparations for freeing themselves. You know, the world turned. Sorry to say, but the world turned their backs on them. Exactly what they did. The whole world.
Yeah, that's what put them in
To
debt,
this
and they
day,
did that
still.
on purpose
To this day, still.
too. And what about Dominican Republic? Did the Spanish leave after you guys became
Mm,
free?
they left, but a few stood. A few big families stood. The last name still is heavy. They've been controlling ever since. They try to make it look like they're not in power anymore, like it's a democracy. The same way in the states. The same way on the states, you see, like you guys think you're free and you got electing your presidents. There's still lobbyists behind that run everything. So if you look at all the last names of all the presidents from good to bad, they all related one way or other, the way it is all over the world. I'm gonna get too deep because the algorithm be keeping your channel down, and we hoping you grow.
So why isn't Haiti fighting
Because
against?
I'm
Why is
sorry, what was that?
isn't Haiti fighting against that? Say, hey, you owe us reparations for enslaving us. We didn't enslave you. You treat us bad, and that's why we had to revolt. Well, why isn't they doing that?
Well, maybe at the moment, what I would say, I can't really speak for them, just on what I've seen and what I think. First, greed. Some people that were in power or put in to fix things sell out. People in all cultures and all times have sold out their own people, and they probably have. But since people still don't help them or it falls on deaf ears, they're also proudful people. So they just try to work. They try to make it, not asking for handouts. They're trying to do their thing. The people that are in position to do it again, they're not making the necessary things. And again, what they symbolize, the first state, if they see them doing good and everything, it can spark ideas. So it's easier, to point the finger at, to say, oh, the Dominicans point the finger at us since we're here, try to divide us, than actually go on and help them or admit that nobody's helping or that the, excuse me, that the help that is made is being stolen and nobody cares and says anything. Yeah, that's basically it.
Are they still barred?
I mean, they bought it somewhere. I'm not too sure on how the law is. I'm not too sure if just a few years ago or recently they finished, or they got a bit to go. If they still are, it would be better if a person, of that nationality that actually has knowledge of it would speak on it. But in one way or other, they still are. I mean, the passport, I'm sure, is as weak as ours, or probably a little bit more, where they can't go certain places. Anywhere they go, they still look that bad just by where they see where they're from. They're judged. So I'm pretty sure in one way or other, they still are barred. It's very difficult for them. So,
Because have you ever heard of Art Banaka? Have you ever heard of this channel?
no.
He's a Haitian himself, and he's in the United States working. I don't know if he's a citizen or whatever, but he's in the United States working. So can some Haitians come here?
Oh, no. A lot of Haitians live over there, and a lot can. They do what they do. Some, the legal way, is always certain class that still have status that can go. Then you have others that make moves, whether it's through Mexico. You have a lot stuck in Tijuana and the border now trying to get over and can't. So, people from all over migrate. So people still try to make it, you know. So they definitely could go one way or the other, but it's just not as easy. Just as Dominicans, you'll see a lot of Dominicans over there, but it's not easily like a regular Dominican could go to the United States. More likely than not, their visas are going to get shut down unless they have a lot of things that to prove that they have enough money and everything to just go like as tourism. They're just not going to leech. Now, why are there a lot? Because people will pay the money to go on an illegal trip to go over there and they try to fix their papers, or is enough of us over there already that our family members put in paperwork to take us and things like that? But it's still difficult. It's not like the U.S. passport that you could pick up and go wherever you want. Even though right now I hear some restrictions due to the COVID or whatever, but normally that blue book you ain't gotta ask no questions. You on the go, you can do what you want.
Yeah, but that bar thing, oh my God, like how can be somebody be so cruel to somebody that just want their freedom? It doesn't really, make sense to me that they have to pay them reparation what they should be paying the Haitians reparation. If I was a Haitian, I'll sue.
Yeah, but you're told the same people that you're complaining to is the same people that behind the scenes are doing it to you. So that's what I mean. It falls on deaf's ear. So I hear exactly what you're saying, but it's like again, it's all over the place. Like no matter where they go, they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, yeah," because it's the right thing to tell them, so they can look like they're trying to help. But at the end of the day, they're representing the same people that's backing them up, funding them. Doesn't want that to happen. You know, you still globally, you got the again, you put me back into that. You got the elite that still somehow, some way got us enslaved. It's modern slavery. You know, they still have us enslaved.
Exactly. That's why most black people are still brainwashed because if you look at Nigeria, they have a lot of skin bleaching going on over there.
Mm.
Like I don't know if you heard of that.
Yeah, I heard of that. I've seen that.
Yeah, that's popular over there in West Africa. But they're not the only ones. There's like Asians are doing it too. It's like very heavy because
Yeah, in
they
Jamaica too. There's a lot of places. You know, people just easily influence. Two or three do it that are cool. Everybody else thinks it's okay. So you know, and it happens.
it happens, but that's not our topic. But as an African nation, well, I would say the African diaspora, we are so we think we're connected, but we're disconnected from each other. The nation of Africa, where our ancestors came from, we're not even connected to them. So it's kind of like very hard to get support from them because they can't even help themselves. They're dealing with you know with AIDS and with their own poverty, and they're trying to get their economy strong or whatever. So it's like, you know, it's kind of like a lose situation for us when we're dealing with people that has a better weaponry than we do.
Yeah, that's a fact. You know, they have an advantage. And you know, it's always been over that. It's always been over power. It ain't, even though they might hate a certain color or whatever, it's always been about money and about power. Slavery wise, so they could get people to work for them and do all the hard work and they reap all the money. They find a way, okay, how we gonna choose them, what we're gonna distinguish. Let's go against them and let's stick together. You know, they saw how in Africa it was so much wealth, so much money and everything. They started to feed them. So again, until today, as long as they controlling the money, they don't care what it looks like. But to them, in order to keep the power and keep the money, they have to keep people divided. So you know, they have everybody divided all the time. Everybody fighting. Nobody, thinking it's black and white and not thinking it's right or wrong. You know, and just doing the right thing.
Did you know during the gold rush that, even though black people, well, we have free blacks, even though we have free blacks, they did not want black people over in California. They was trying to bar Chinese and other people of color from coming into California.
If I knew that they was trying to bar them from coming in,
Yeah, because of the gold rush, they didn't want.
I didn't. I wasn't aware of it, but I wouldn't doubt it because again, they know what's there, so they're trying to keep it.
That's because
And
of the
I'm sorry.
It was the part of the Spanish. They found the gold over there, and that's how Americans found out. So that's why they rushed over there, and they're
Yeah,
trying.
exactly. So a way the reason they say that no blacks or anything is because they know no Spaniards are black. So what
The
they
reason
figure
why they do not want blacks over there because back then when Pope was the president, that people was trying to determine whether California was going to be a free state or a slave state. So when California entered the Union in 1850, right after the Mexican American War, California became a free state. So they said if African Americans are not slaves coming into the Union, they cannot come here.
exactly again, and the reason they would say that is since they're Spaniard, they know there are no Spaniards of color. They would just say that, like no African Americans or no blacks. So they get in a way keep the power because they know how we reproduce, how people of color swarm the place, how they'll take over. So they found a way where if we can at least control the land, even if all of them come in, they're gonna be slaves or they're just gonna be less than us or have less power. So they put it that way. You know, everybody
Yet we
gonna
still came over to California. I don't know how we did it, but we made our way over here anyways. And the one city that we did build on our own was Allentown. I'm not too far away from that, but when we have Allentown, we had our own shops, we built our own houses, you name it. But what killed the town is when somebody poisoned the water, and that part of the town became inhabitable.
like they did in Flint, Michigan, and there's a lot of more towns, and there's been a lot of communities, and there's been a lot that's been burnt down or disappeared that nobody has heard about or won't hear about. But that's everywhere. That's everywhere. We kick in the door, we move, if we're pushed out of here, all right, we'll get tired and be like, F it, let's move over here, we'll set up shop somewhere else. No, then they'll come bother us there. But it's been a lot of successful places, a lot of successful towns that you don't hear about. You even the cowboy days. I'm pretty sure they were black cowboy towns and everything that was successful and everything.
You
You
know,
know.
have you ever heard of Tulsa, Oklahoma?
Yes, man.
You know they try to burn that to the ground.
Yep. They actually did. They ain't try. They did.
We still, the name still stands, but I think
Yes.
there's
They
different
did that in
races.
Philadelphia as well. They dropped a bomb on the whole street one time. They said it was due certain, get some people where they was having a shootout in an apartment, but they dropped a bomb on a whole city block.
That's America, because you know the reason why the white people do what they do, and I'm talking about the white people that have hatred in their hearts. They do what they do is because they're fearful. They are fearing that since blacks came out of slavery, they have more skills, they know what they're doing, and that they can use those skills to be successful, and they do not want black people to be successful in this country. And that's why they did what they did.
Yeah, definitely. That's been from day one. Again, they fear that in order to stay in power, they have to take those measures. And again, it's the ones in power, the ones they lead, the ones with the money, the ones controlling it. Because the ones living amongst each other, we're living in harmony. It's just the social classes and the people that want that power that's dividing us.
Exactly. Because I don't know how it is in your country, in the DR, but here in the United States, it's still kind of like that. They're more secretive about it, but It's just that as black people nowadays, we relying on the government too much to do things for us, and especially when we have an election year right now, we're sitting here and we voted for Democrats, the Republican, but I'd rather call them the donkey and the elephant because the donkey is supposed to be for the lower class and they representing the minority, while while the elephant is representing the richer class. But when you look at it throughout history, the no president has never done for the black community. I don't care how many times Trump did more than Obama. We're still in the same condition when Obama left, or
because
any.
presidents don't do anything. Presidents are just the voice. All the
Exactly.
senators are the one that say what's done, and each senator is backed by people that lobbyists that sponsor them, and normally it'd be the same sponsors that got all the money, that got all of them in a bag and approve everything. Now you got some different rich families that want all the power and want to invest in one, want to invest in the other one, and then whichever win got all the power, but the one that loses still keeps some power. So it still stays between them. So they'll fight between each other for the top, but they make sure they stay on top. They won't let nobody else in. Now you say right wing and left wing, but both wings belong to the same bird.
Exactly. They're probably advocating for different parties, but they're the
They all
same.
related. If you look, they all related or married to each other's families, cousins, this. Even the
That's
ones
so
that are colored, even black presidents with white presidents, you look at them somehow, they got an auntie or something, or the mother was mixed and was related to one that was president or to a president's cousin or one that worked in the White House one time back in the days. Everybody, even in the DR, I was looking, and all our presidents, all our everything, they all related one way or another.
yeah, I heard something like that, and that happened also happened in the monarchy way back, and I think that's still happening. And it's just so gross. Like you can't find somebody outside because I heard about that.
Oh no, and I'm not only saying as far as like incest wise, I'm saying as far as like they keep it in power. Like for example, if I'm the president now and my daughter, like she'll get married to a senator's son, but it's because we all know each other, we in the thing, so then they'll have a baby and that baby end up being president, we'll put him or things like that. I'm saying as far as that, one way or
Oh,
another, everybody that ends up in power, they come from some type of bloodline or were chosen for just to be there. They was built to be there. Even though you have some independent people that people that do righteous and they run for office and the community back them up, but normally when they get up in the higher ranks, they got to be backed up by them big people that put them in place. That's why a lot of time you say they sell out. It's because there's no way for them to be in that spot unless they agree to what they're being told.
exactly. And Briva said, "Yep, I heard that as well. How they're related. They're probably like mixing and
Yeah,
mingling.
in Europe is even more. The kings back in the days, you got stories about somehow that even had deficiencies, how one killed himself or the mother killed himself, even mother with son. Back then it was more incest like that when it was the royalties in Europe. Here in the States now with the presidents, they still all related, but not as much as like, they marrying brothers and sisters, anything like that. They just make sure somehow, some way, them bloodlines are connected or they're all in the same agenda from different, rich bloodlines or people that are traced back to, always being in power.
Exactly. I like people marry within their class anyway. That's just more common.
Mm.
Is there any last words you want to say?
No, no, I just want to thank everybody, for showing support, hitting a like. I want to shout out my brother Bermuda Breeze also, so you came in showing support. Shout out to you. And thank you, Princess,
Oh,
God enjoy.
no problem. So, what advice do you want to give to Black women that are traveling? Because we're kind of shy when it's kind of dipping our foot into the waters, just trying to, like, experiencing other countries.
It's simple. Like I said before, just travel and smile. You're gonna have fun. Travel and smile. You're welcomed everywhere. Whether you believe it or not, maybe not. Well, I think yes to the DR. I wouldn't know the number because I'm not too in depth in thing, but I see a lot of black women are traveling now. I see a lot of going to Mexico to Tulum. The main thing is just travel and smile, and you're gonna have a good time. You know,
Because me and
just
my brother and his friend, we were about to go to Baja, Mexico, but I guess his friend canceled at the last minute. So, I was thinking about going to the DR myself once, everything calms down. And hopefully I see you over there.
yeah, hopefully you come out, you shout me out, and I'll reach out to you, and we'll link like I told you. But definitely, the main thing is just to travel, whether it's Baja, DR, Jamaica, wherever in the world. You know, if you curious, you want to go there, grab your passport, go out with a smile. You know, act accordingly, and you're gonna have fun.
Thank you, Bermuda Breeze. I really appreciate that. Yeah, Brila, go. Go, girl. Have fun. That's what I bring him for because he lives out there, so he knows.
In the future, we're gonna try to get into that. Right now, we're not into that, but in the future, you know, we're gonna set it up. We're gonna set it up nice, where you know people that come in, we'll try to have everything available. You know, where to stay. You know, where to take people around, give tours. You know, so we're gonna definitely set that up. But besides that, again, wherever you want to go in the world, if you got some curiosity somewhere that looks nice, you know, and you got your savings or some money that's not gonna hurt your budget or affect your family's well-being, go out there, even if it's for 3 days. Doesn't have to be for a week. It doesn't have to be for a month. You know, people spend it on material things. Memories is all you take. You don't even gotta record it. Even if you don't record it, just the memory and experience you're gonna have. You know, you're always gonna have that, and you know, you don't know what you're gonna bump into. And you know, the whole world. The world is small, but there's a whole world out there for us to explore. So blessings to everybody that tuned in, and once again, blessings to you, Princess.
Before you go, I was just listening to a live stream like a couple of months ago where these black men raped a girl in the back of a store in the Dominican Republic. Have you heard of anything like that?
Oh no, I haven't heard about that one yet. If you see the link, you can send me that one. That's crazy. I ain't hear about that one.
I was just finding out like that, and I was like, whoa.
Did you hear the outcome? What happened in the story? Anything?
For what I know, that they said that nothing happened yet, but I have to look into the story even further to before I send
Yeah, it'd
it.
be better before we even mention anything. 'Cause, you know, it'd be bad to make it look bad if we don't see exactly what it is. But that's crazy. If you get it, I would appreciate if you send it to me so I could take a look at it.
Yeah. Bermuda Breeze, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this live. I want to say good night. Travel anywhere in the world, but be careful where you go. Okay? Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Peace.